The vast halls of the Egyptian museum are silent, bathed in golden lamplight. A security guard nods to Morgan Freeman as he strolls past ancient relics, his voice calm, reflective. Morgan Freeman, VO. Death, to the ancient Egyptians, was not an end, but a continuation. A trial, a journey to the afterlife, only for those who lived with Ma'at, truth, balance, and justice. He stops at a glass case containing the golden sarcophagus of a once powerful pharaoh. The camera pushes in close, the eye of Horus, shining under dim light. Cut to dramatization. Ancient Egypt afterlife dimension. Int. Hall of Judgment. Twilight glow. A regal pharaoh stands barefoot on smooth stone. Vast columns rise around him. Before him sits Osiris, lord of the underworld, flanked by Isis, Nephthys, and Thoth holding a scroll. To the side, the jackal-headed Anubis prepares the scales of truth. On one plate, the pharaoh's heart, glowing faintly. On the other, a pristine white feather, the feather of Ma'at. The pharaoh stares ahead, proud, trembling slightly. He watches his deeds flash in a misty mirror. Wars waged, temples built, lives taken, but also, charity given, justice served. Anubis soft, stern. Your soul has been weighed. The scale tips. The feather is lighter. A low rumble echoes. Osiris, you ruled with order, but your heart was burdened with pride. Compassion lacked weight in your judgment. Suddenly, a monstrous creature, Ammit, part lion, crocodile, and hippo, emerges with glowing eyes and rows of teeth. The pharaoh pleads. Pharaoh, wait. I gave offerings to the gods, I built shrines. Thoth recording the verdict. The truth is clear. The heart does not lie. Ammit lunges. In a swirl of shadow and dust, the pharaoh's soul is devoured. Cut back to present. Museum. Morgan Freeman stands solemn before the sarcophagus, hands folded. Morgan Freeman, VO. To be remembered was to live forever. But to be unjust in life meant being forgotten in eternity. He turns, walking toward the next gallery. The soft golden light of dawn spills over the Ganges River. Pilgrims bathe in its sacred waters, priests chant mantras, and smoke from incense drifts in the warm air. Camera follows Priya, a woman in her early 30s, dressed in white mourning garments, holding a clay pot containing her father's ashes. Her eyes are red from days of weeping. Morgan Freeman, VO. In Hindu belief, death is not an end but a doorway. To be cremated in Varanasi and have one's ashes cast into the Ganges, is to break the cycle of rebirth and attain moksha, liberation from suffering. She kneels at the riverbank, her hands trembling as she gently pours the ashes into the flowing water. A Hindu priest stands beside her, quietly reciting verses from the Garuda Purana. Priest, softly, let his soul journey beyond the body. May the Ganga carry him to the eternal. As the last of the ashes disappear, Priya closes her eyes, whispering a prayer through trembling lips. Int. Modest lodging room, night. The room is dim. Priya lies curled on a mat, unable to sleep. The soft hum of temple bells echoes outside. She finally dozes off. Dream sequence. Spirit realm. Priya finds herself standing waist deep in a misty lake under a silver moon. Across the water, she sees her father, younger, radiant, and calm. Priya, Papa, he smiles, standing on the opposite shore. Father, my journey is complete. Do not grieve, my child. You helped me cross over. Priya, tears streaming. I miss you. I wasn't ready. Father, neither was I, but we never truly leave. I live in your kindness, your memories. Let go, and be free, like I am. He begins to dissolve into golden light. The river carries his reflection away. She reaches toward him, but he fades with a warm smile. Int. Lodging room. Dawn. Priya jolts awake, tears on her cheeks, but her breathing is calm. Outside, temple bells ring louder now. Sunlight pours through the window. She rises and walks to the balcony, looking out at the river. Morgan Freeman, VO. In her dream, she found what many long for, a final goodbye. Perhaps that's what the afterlife is, a way to make peace with the ones we love. The doors of the burst open. Sirens fade into the background as paramedics rush in a young man, Marcus, 28, with severe trauma from a car crash. Blood covers his shirt. His eyes are closed. No pulse. Paramedic number 1, male, 28, High-speed collision. No heartbeat for 2 minutes. We're losing him. Paramedic number 2, frantic. Come on, Marcus, stay with us. The trauma team works fast. Chest compressions, defibrillator, IV lines. Flatline. The room is tense. A doctor grabs the defib paddles. Doctor. Clear. Marcus's body jerks. The heart monitor stays flat. Morgan Freeman, VO. For 3 minutes, Marcus was medically dead. But for him, time did not stop. Something else began. Int. Near-death experience. Dreamlike void. Marcus's body lies below, surrounded by chaos, but his consciousness floats gently above, looking down. There's no fear, only quiet. The colors dim around him. A bright tunnel of light appears overhead. Gentle wind flows around him, pulling him upward. He hears a voice. Not a sound, but a presence, calm and kind. Marcus, floating. Am I dead? The voice does not answer directly, but speaks to his heart. Voice telepathic. You are between, but you have more to do. As he drifts toward the light, he sees visions. His mother, crying at his bedside. His younger brother, holding a photo of them as kids. A girl he once helped, who survived because of his kindness. Then, darkness closes around the tunnel. He stops rising. Marcus, I'm not finished. Am I going back? The voice answers again, gently. Voice, you must return. There is purpose waiting. Int. Hospital. Seconds later. Marcus gasps suddenly. The heart monitor beeps to life. The ER team freezes for a second, staring in shock. Doctor. He's back. We've got a pulse. Marcus's eyes flutter open. He struggles to breathe, staring at the ceiling. A single tear escapes the corner of his eye. Int. Hospital room. Later that night. Marcus lies awake, recovering. He stares out the window at the city lights, eyes thoughtful, changed. Morgan Freeman, VO. Doctors called it a near-death experience. But Marcus, he remembers it as something more. A message, a mission, a second chance. He picks up a notebook from the bedside and begins to write. Morgan Freeman, VO. Across the world, though our languages differ and our gods wear different names, one question unites us all. What happens after we die? 1. Mexico. Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead. Ext. Small town square. Night. Candles flicker along cobbled streets. Families gather at elaborately decorated altars, ofrendas filled with sugar skulls, marigolds, food, and photographs. A young girl, Sophia, places a favorite toy on her grandfather's altar. Her mother kneels beside her. Sophia, Mama, will he see this? Mother, softly, he already has. He's walking among us tonight. Camera lingers on the candlelight as laughter and music fill the night air. A ghostly presence of the grandfather is seen smiling in the crowd, unseen, but felt. 2. Japan. Obon Festival. Ext. Japanese countryside shrine. Dusk. Paper lanterns float gently down a river. Families bow before ancestral graves, offering incense and fruit. A young man, Haruto, kneels before a shrine, tears in his eyes. Haruto, to his late grandmother's spirit. Thank you for guiding me. I hope I've made you proud. A breeze moves through the trees. A lantern drifts toward him, glowing slightly brighter. He smiles faintly, sensing her presence. 3. Nigeria. Yoruba funeral rites. Ext. West African village. Day. Drummers perform a slow, rhythmic beat. Elders dressed in vibrant traditional garments lead a procession. A revered elder has passed. His coffin is carried high as villagers dance, not in grief, but in celebration. Morgan Freeman, VO. In Yoruba tradition, death is not goodbye, it's transition. Ancestors remain close, watching, guiding, protecting. A young boy, Emeka, watches the dance with wide eyes. His grandmother leans close. Grandmother, when you speak to him, speak from your heart. He still listens. Emeka nods, whispering a prayer under his breath. 4. Back to Freeman. Global reflection. Ext. Desert plain under star-lit sky, night. Morgan Freeman walks slowly through a vast, open landscape under a brilliant canopy of stars. Morgan Freeman, to camera. In every corner of the earth, we find stories of what lies beyond. Some believe in judgment, others in reunion, and some, simply in peace. He looks up at the stars. Morgan Freeman. Maybe the afterlife isn't one place or one truth. Maybe it's the mirror of how we live, how we love, how we remember. And maybe, just maybe, it's already here, all around us. Fade to black as soft world music rises, blending voices from different languages.